The Blue Ridge Blues. The fog clung to the Blue Ridge Mountains like a shroud, obscuring the jagged peaks and twisting the ancient trees into grotesque shapes. The banjo music, once melancholic and haunting, now sounded discordant, its melody laced with a chilling despair. We had ventured too deep into the mountains, seeking the source of the music, unaware that the blues it played were a prelude to a far more terrifying symphony. John, the seasoned hiker, scoffed at the locals' warnings about the haunted holler. Willow, the ever-optimistic photographer, saw adventure in the unknown. I, ever the pragmatist, felt an unsettling unease crawling up my spine with each step deeper into the mist. The music grew louder, the mournful twang punctuated by the rhythmic creak of rocking chairs. The air grew thick, the dense fog heavy with the scent of damp earth and something else metallic and primal. Then, silence. The sudden absence of sound was more terrifying than the music, leaving us adrift in a sea of calm. Willow's gaze snagged on a subtle stir of motion, an abandoned rocking chair, oscillating in a solitary rhythm on an unoccupied veranda, its stark outline a sharp contrast against the foggy backdrop. Intrigue, as enticing as a mermaid's call, drew her nearer. John and I trailed behind, an icy ball of apprehension churning in our stomachs. As we neared, the porch groaned under some unseen weight. The rocking chair stilled abruptly before tipping forward, disgorging its invisible occupant onto the worn-out planks below. A spine-chilling scream tore through the thickening fog, succeeded by a bone-rattling laughter that reverberated off the surrounding peaks, sending goosebumps racing across our skin. Fear gnawed at our resolve as we spun around to escape, only to find that the once benign fog had hardened into impenetrable barriers. We were ensnared, helpless victims in a perverse game conducted by unseen puppeteers. Shadowy figures flickered at the periphery of our sight, morphing into grotesque forms. The laughter rang out again, closer now, accompanied by the sinister rasp of claws scraping against wood. The rocking chairs began their eerie dance once more. Their rhythmic creaking provided a grim accompaniment to our impending doom. Suddenly, from within the dense fog emerged a figure, skeletal and emaciated with eyes ablaze with an unholy fire. It strummed a banjo, its bony fingers coaxing out notes that thrummed with malevolent intent. The melody transformed from sorrowful to terrifying, warping and distorting reality itself. John fell to his knees, his false bravado crumbling like dust, while Willow's tear-streaked face turned toward freedom only to be seized by an invisible hand, her terrified shriek swallowed whole by the encroaching fog. I remained paralyzed, the music gnawing at my nerves. Then came a voice, hoarse and ancient, whispering in my ear, "Join the dance, child. Become part of the symphony." The darkness swooped in, and the music swelled to a deafening crescendo. I realized then that resistance was pointless. I was about to become the chilling finale of this mountainous melody. As the fog enveloped me, and the banjo's haunting tune faded, I found myself drawn into an eternal dance within the haunted hollow. Another spirit devoured by the mountain's insatiable craving for despair. The Blue Ridge Mountains stood shrouded in mist and silence, its secrets veiled, biding its time until another unsuspecting soul would be tempted by its haunting blues, a melody that promised adventure but delivered a chilling abyss. Cape Fear's fury. The storm raged outside, waves crashing against the lighthouse like angry fists. Inside, the flickering candlelight danced on our weathered faces, our eyes filled with a chilling fear. Legends spoke of a vengeful spirit trapped within the lighthouse, roused by the fury of Cape Fear storms. As the wind howled and the waves threatened to breach the walls, we knew we weren't facing just the storm. We were facing the wrath of a legend come to life. Disbelief had always been my shield, a bulwark against the whispers of old seafarers. Yet, as the inky darkness around us pulsated with life and the air prickled with an electric tension, even my hardened cynicism faltered. Beside me, Thomas, the greenhorn apprentice, clung to his lantern as though it was his only lifeline, his knuckles strained from the terror gripping him. The tempest outside reached its zenith. A thunderous boom echoed through our bones, while a titanic wave crashed into the lighthouse's foundation, causing it to shudder like a cornered beast. Then came a sound that defied all logic, a sorrowful wail ricocheting off the stone walls that left us frozen in our tracks. The eerie howl swelled into a guttural bellow accompanied by the jarring noise of metal scraping against rock. The iron door at the lighthouse's base, sealed shut for decades, burst open. An Arctic gust swept through our sanctuary, extinguishing our feeble sources of light and plunging us into darkness. Panic gnawed at our sanity as we fumbled for lanterns. Their feeble flames cast monstrous silhouettes on the walls while an icy fog rolled in, carrying with it a spectral wail intermingled with whispers of ancient curses. A ghostly figure took form within the freezing mist, morphing and billowing like smoke trapped in a bottle. It was Captain Vance, former keeper of this lighthouse, his visage twisted by eternal anger, and eyes aflame with supernatural fury. His voice grated against our ears, accusing us of trespassing upon his eternal resting place. Thomas's fear overwhelmed him. He dropped his lantern, shattering it into pieces, plunging us further into darkness. The specter lunged toward us, sending waves of frosty dread coursing through our veins. We were tossed against the frigid stone walls, disoriented and terrified. I scrambled for my lantern, striking the flint until a spark ignited the wick. The light revealed the specter advancing with solidifying form and tangible rage. Yet amidst this terror, a spark of defiance ignited within me. This was not just a vengeful spirit. It was an embodiment of nature's fury. Recalling the legend, I seized a weather-beaten log, remnants of a shipwreck from years ago. With adrenaline fueling my resolve, I swung at the phantom. The log passed through but seemed to disrupt its form momentarily, causing it to falter and shriek in confusion. Seizing this momentary respite, I grabbed Thomas and we ascended toward the lantern room via the spiral staircase. Our pursuers' cries echoed hauntingly behind us. Upon reaching our refuge, I slammed the heavy door shut, locking it with trembling hands. The specter hammered against it, its form writhing in frustration. This room was guarded by powerful protections put in place by multiple generations of keepers who were entrusted with the lighthouse's secrets. The tempest continued unabated for another hour before finally calming down. The specter faded away, leaving behind its chilling cries as the waves receded. As dawn broke, painting the sky with hues of orange and gold, we found ourselves alive but traumatized. Our once sturdy sanctuary stood defiant, yet scarred like us. We left Cape Fear soon after, carrying with us memories that would forever haunt us. But unbeknownst to us, we had disturbed something far more sinister than Captain Vance's spirit. Something lay dormant within those weathered walls, waiting for more unsuspecting souls to unleash its true wrath. Nightmares from the depths. The Hatteras Island ferry groaned against the churning waves, its rusted hull wailing like a tortured soul. Tourists huddled together, seeking warmth in the biting wind, oblivious to the chilling truth whispered by the old fisherman. Some storms bring more than rain, child. They bring nightmares dredged from the depths of the Atlantic, and they find their haven on the lonely shores of North Carolina. His words, laced with salt and regret, hung heavy in the air, momentarily silencing the chatter. But the allure of the island, its wild beauty, and tales of untouched wilderness proved stronger. Laughter soon replaced the unease, washing away the fisherman's cryptic warning like sandcastles beneath a crashing wave. The tempest escalated in ferocity, and the ferry bucked, its motor gasping out erratic, strangled sounds akin to a suffocating wheeze. A wave of dread surged through the passengers, their complexions mirroring the ashen hues of the roiling sea. Lurid violet lightning cleaved the heavens above, revealing a towering wave that seemed to claw its way up from the ocean's abyss, its peak resembling a gaping maw studded with serrated edges. The collision was marrow-shaking. The ferry convulsed in response before tilting. Seawater swelled like an apparitional flood. Terrified shrieks filled the air, only to be devoured by the gale's bellowing cry. Amidst this pandemonium, a hatch burst open, spewing not just seawater, but also something far more menacing. Inky tendrils erupted from within, coiling around unsuspecting ankles and dragging them into the tumultuous darkness below. The screams were abruptly cut off and replaced by an unnerving gurgling noise, the ocean itself feasting on their fear. The remaining passengers, huddled together on the teetering deck, watched the tendrils pulsate with an unnatural luminescence. Its bodies twisted and warped into monstrous forms, their appendages morphing into glowing green eyes, emanating an eerie flame. A colossal figure rose from below, vaguely humanoid yet impossibly large. Its many burning eyes scanned across the deck, sending chills down spines already slick with terror. It spoke. Its voice was a cacophony of whispers and roars that reverberated through the stormy chaos. "Welcome, children. It croaked in a voice reminiscent of nails scraping against bone. "Your fear and despair sustain us. Now you will become part of this storm, forever bound to the ravenous depths of the Atlantic." As the creature lunged, its tendrils snaking toward the remaining survivors, a horrifying truth was revealed. The storm wasn't a mere force of nature. It was a malevolent being to which they had unwittingly offered themselves as sacrifices. The Hatteras Island ferry, once a beacon of adventure and possibility, now lay at the bottom of the sea, a graveyard for horrors dredged up from the depths. Some storms bring more than just rain. They deliver the ravenous whispers of the deep, and on North Carolina's desolate shores, nightmares find their sanctuary. Croatan Shadows. Moonlight filtered through the ancient pines of Croatan Forest, casting grotesque shadows on the moss-covered ground. The air hung heavy with the scent of pine needles and something else, a metallic tang that sent shivers along my spine. We shouldn't have been here, not after the whispers started, not after the warnings about the things that lurked beneath the whispering pines. Our youthful audacity, stoked by tales of arcane rites and concealed riches spun around the campfire, had overruled reason. Now, as we found ourselves disoriented and increasingly cut off from civilization, that audacity soured into a dread so potent it churned our stomachs. Every rustle of foliage, every snap of a branch, set our hearts pounding like war drums in our chests. The metallic scent grew more pronounced, underscored by a steady thumping that seemed to resonate from the earth itself. We blundered into a glade where an imposing stone altar dominated the center, its surface glistening with a thick substance that reeked of copper. Primitive symbols were etched into its surface. They pulsed with an otherworldly light that made our skin crawl. Then they appeared. Tall figures materialized from the gloom, skeletal silhouettes with eyes like smoldering coals in the blackness. Their bony digits ended in primitive talons that scraped against the stone altar as they chanted in guttural tones that reverberated through the clearing. A paralyzing fear took hold of me, icy and unyielding. I have no recollection of fleeing, of tearing through underbrush while thorns lacerated our clothes, or hearing their raspy breaths close behind us. All I remember is bone-rattling laughter ringing out long after we had staggered free from the forest's grasp, the metallic scent clinging to us like an unwanted souvenir of our encounter with those who dwell beneath the whispering pines. They didn't capture us, not then anyway, yet their whispers pursued us relentlessly, slithering tendrils of sound infecting our dreams and serving as unending reminders of our vulnerability. The forest, once a source of wonderment, became a confining cell whose borders were not defined by physical parameters, but by an icy dread that gnawed at our sanity. The shadowy entities had claimed us, their eerie gaze seeping through the veil of darkness and branding our souls. The residual metallic odor that hung in the air was a macabre herald, a grim promise of the impending doom that lay ahead. It clung to our nostrils, an unshakable reminder of the horror we were about to face. A frosty certainty settled in my bones, its chilling grasp as paralyzing as the terror it carried with it. I knew that it was only a matter of time before their mirthful echoes would return, not from some distant place this time, but directly into our ears like a cacophony of despair. And then it happened. Their laughter returned, louder and more sinister than before. It pierced through the silence of the night like a jagged knife through flesh. Our sanity slowly slipped away as we became submerged in an ocean of dread. An unbearable pain seared through my body, as if 1,000 needles were piercing my skin at once. My vision blurred, and I heard my own blood-curdling scream echoing off into oblivion. I fell to the cold ground beneath me, my body convulsing as the life ebbed from me. My last memory was seeing them emerge from the shadows, their grotesque figures illuminated by moonlight, and their laughter now a victorious chant over our demise. Their laughter continued to ring in my ears until everything went black. I was just another offering, a sacrificial lamb led to the slaughter on that unholy altar hidden deep within the whispering pines of Croatan Forest. Shadows of the Blue Ridge. The rugged peaks of the North Carolina mountains stretched endlessly, a jagged silhouette against the sky. The dense foliage that blanketed their slopes blocked out all but the faintest rays of sunlight, casting the forest in an eerie green glow. Dark whispers of a haunting presence echoed through the towering trees, warning travelers to steer clear of this mysterious land. But Rebecca, a young photographer seeking inspiration, boldly ventured into the labyrinth of shadows armed with only her camera and a brave heart. Rebecca's feet sunk into the soft ground as she followed a winding path, the smell of pine and damp earth assaulting her senses. As she snapped photos, capturing the mystique and magic of this forbidden place, she sensed the weight of centuries-old secrets bearing down on her. As she hiked deeper into the wilderness, her footsteps resounded through the silent groves, stirring the dormant spirits out of their slumber. And as dusk painted the sky in shades of red and blue, Rebecca stumbled upon a secluded clearing bathed in an eerie luminescence. A feeling of unease and dread settled in her stomach as she approached a towering ancient oak tree. Its thick, gnarled roots stretched out like twisted serpents, gripping the ground, the massive trunk standing tall and proud. As Rebecca gazed up at its majestic branches, a cool breeze rustled through the leaves, whispering secrets that sent shivers down her spine. Within the gnarled belly of the old tree, a time-worn camera sat, its metal shell corroded and lens fractured from what seemed like decades of neglect, yet it pulsed with an inexplicable energy that beckoned Rebecca closer, as if bound by an invisible chain. As her fingers grazed its cold surface, a shiver crept up her spine, and the woods were swallowed by a suffocating fog that blotted out any trace of the path ahead. Undeterred by the sudden shift in the atmosphere, Rebecca pressed on, drawn deeper into the forest's heart by an enigmatic allure to uncover whatever enchantments lay dormant within this forsaken realm. Her hands quivered as she rummaged through her backpack in search of her flashlight amidst the oppressive darkness of the forest. The only sounds puncturing the deafening silence were hushed whispers that seemed to seep from the earth itself. Upon finding her flashlight and flicking it on, its weak beam offered little resistance against the engulfing gloom. Each step forward sent adrenaline coursing through her veins, yet something anchored her to the bewitched clearing. Her gaze fell upon the antiquated camera again, nestled amongst moss-cloaked stones, its shattered lens catching fragments of light. Rebecca was enchanted by a rare opportunity to capture elusive spirits that had made the woods their home. A momentary wave of fear held her back before she picked up the camera, its unfamiliar weight unsettling in her grasp. As she pushed down on the shutter button, reality convulsed around her with a brilliant flash of light. The trees thrashed violently under an unearthly power that swept Rebecca into its embrace. When tranquility finally reclaimed control over chaos, all that was left was an abandoned camera with its lifeless lens void of any reflection. Rebecca had vanished without a trace. The eerie silence draped over the cursed glade persisted as days bled into weeks. The forest's secret remained locked away until an unsuspecting hiker discovered the forsaken artifact. As he developed the film, a chilling image emerged in the last frame. Rebecca's face contorted in terror, surrounded by shadowy figures reaching out from an unseen realm. The whispers among the trees grew more pronounced, spinning tales of a doomed spirit trapped within the haunted photograph, destined to roam the forest trails for eternity. The tale of Rebecca's sudden disappearance spread like a plague among the locals, igniting both fear and intrigue. Despite relentless searches through the maze-like woodland trails, all efforts proved fruitless. As hope dwindled into despair over time, the ancient woods continued to guard its mysteries. The story of the ghostly glade and its spectral camera became a bone-chilling legend whispered around crackling fires on dread-filled nights. But unbeknownst to them all, every time the tale was told, Rebecca's phantasmal image in the final photo altered ever so slightly, her terrified expression morphing into one of sinister satisfaction, as if she had become part of the very entities she sought to capture. Her horrifying legacy loomed like a dark cloud, a chilling warning to those who dare to step foot into the rugged and treacherous landscape of North Carolina's mountains. Urban legends, those sinister tales whispered in hushed tones and shared around flickering campfires, wield a powerful hold over our collective psyche. No mere childhood spooks, they offer a chilling glimpse into our deepest fears, anxieties, and societal concerns. From the blood-curdling echoes of Bloody Mary to the haunting specter of Slender Man, these timeless myths mutate and evolve, a reflection of the ever-shifting landscapes of our world. These chilling classics tap into our primal terrors, transcending time and culture with their unshakable grip on our souls. The Hookman emerges from the shadows, a murderous and hulking figure preying on parked lovers, his hand replaced by a chilling glint of metal. In a whispered warning, teenagers share tales of the Hookman, a phantom menace lurking near lovers' lanes, his hook poised to strike unsuspecting couples. This chilling urban legend, with its variations spanning decades and continents, has endured as a potent symbol of our deepest fears and societal anxieties. The Hookman's earliest documented appearances date back to the mid-1950s in the United States. Stories circulated of an escaped mental patient with a hook hand, targeting parked cars with nefarious intentions. While there's no concrete evidence to corroborate these claims, the legend gained traction, fueled by anxieties surrounding mental health institutions and societal perceptions of deviance. Like a phantom traversing borders, the Hookman legend transcended national boundaries. In the UK, tales emerged of Spring-Heeled Jack, a Victorian-era terror rumored to wield a blade or claw on his foot. Japan saw the rise of a vengeful spirit with a slit mouth demanding victims mimic her disfigurement. These international parallels, with their shared motif of a menacing figure targeting vulnerable couples, suggest a deeper, primal human fear at play. The Hookman legend often serves as a cautionary tale, particularly for teenagers engaging in premarital intimacy. The secluded setting of parked cars symbolizes transgression, and the Hookman's attack becomes a punishment for violating societal norms. This moralistic undercurrent reinforces established social structures and reflects cultural anxieties surrounding adolescent behavior and sexuality. The Hookman has adapted to the times. In the digital age, his presence permeates the internet, with variations incorporating online predators and the anonymity of virtual spaces. The emergence of Slender Man, a faceless entity preying on children, offers a chilling example of how contemporary anxieties manifest in modern urban legends. The enduring popularity of the Hookman can be attributed to its ability to tap into our fundamental fears. The darkness, the isolation, and the unknown environment of parked cars create a fertile ground for anxieties to germinate. The hook itself, a stark symbol of aggression and physical violation, evokes primal fears of bodily harm and vulnerability. While often dismissed as mere ghost stories, urban legends like the Hookman offer valuable insights into social anxieties and cultural values. They function as collective narratives, reflecting societal concerns about mental illness, violence, and shifting moral landscapes. By analyzing these stories, we gain a deeper understanding of the zeitgeist and the fears that shape our communities. The Hookman, with his enduring presence across generations and cultures, serves as a reminder of the power of storytelling to explore our deepest fears and anxieties. He is a chilling specter lurking in the shadows, a symbol of our vulnerabilities and the societal norms we navigate. As we delve deeper into the legend's layers, we encounter not just a scary story, but a reflection of ourselves and the anxieties that continue to shape our world. The Vanishing Hitchhiker, a friendly ghost who disappears on lonely stretches of road under the veil of the night. A lone driver encounters a seemingly harmless hitchhiker, offering a glimpse of kindness in the vast emptiness. But as the car rolls on, the passenger inexplicably vanishes, leaving behind a phantom touch and a lingering unease. This is the enduring enigma of the Vanishing Hitchhiker, an urban legend that has haunted imaginations for decades. Pinpointing the exact origin of the Vanishing Hitchhiker proves as elusive as the phantom itself. Whispers of ghostly encounters can be traced back to folklore and religious narratives, where figures disguised as travelers offer cryptic messages or warnings. However, the modern iteration likely emerged in the mid-20th century, fueled by anxieties surrounding roadside encounters and the nascent culture of hitchhiking. Despite its core elements, the Vanishing Hitchhiker legend exhibits remarkable fluidity. In some versions, the passenger is a young woman seeking a ride home, only to fade away amidst a flash of light or a sudden fog. Others depict a sorrowful soldier, returning from war yet unable to reach his final destination. Across cultures, the narrative adapts, incorporating local folklore and anxieties. In Japan, the legend merges with the yurei, vengeful spirits seeking solace or justice. In Latin America, La Llorona, the weeping woman searching for her drowned children, takes on the form of a vanishing hitchhiker. These variations, while highlighting the legend's adaptability, underscore its ability to tap into universal fears and cultural anxieties. While sending shivers down spines, the Vanishing Hitchhiker offers more than just a fleeting scare. The act of picking up a hitchhiker carries inherent trust and risk, echoing anxieties surrounding strangers and the unknown. The passenger's sudden disappearance can symbolize missed opportunities, unresolved grief, or the fleeting nature of human connection. In some interpretations, the phantom represents unfulfilled promises or lingering guilt, leaving the driver grappling with existential questions. The legend has adapted to the digital landscape, finding new life in online forums and social media. Contemporary iterations incorporate elements of online predators and the anonymity of the internet. The Slender Man, a faceless entity targeting children, bears eerie similarities to the vanishing hitchhiker, reflecting modern anxieties about online safety and child exploitation. The enduring appeal of the vanishing hitchhiker lies in its ability to evoke a range of emotions and tap into fundamental human fears. The loneliness of the open road, the ambiguity of a stranger's presence, and the sudden disappearance all contribute to a sense of unease and vulnerability. Psychologically, the legend plays on our fear of the unknown, of sudden loss, and of encountering the unsettling nature of human mortality. While often dismissed as mere campfire stories, urban legends like the vanishing hitchhiker offer valuable insights into societal anxieties and cultural values. They function as cautionary tales, reflecting concerns about stranger danger, social isolation, and the fragility of life. By analyzing these narratives, we gain a deeper understanding of the zeitgeist and the unspoken fears that shape our communities. The vanishing hitchhiker, with its spectral presence across cultures and decades, serves as a reminder of the power of storytelling to explore our deepest fears and anxieties. It compels us to contemplate the fleeting nature of human connection, the fragility of life, and the lingering anxieties that lurk on the periphery of our consciousness. As technology and societal landscapes evolve, the legend will likely adapt, retaining its chilling essence while reflecting the new fears and anxieties of our times. These narratives often warn against transgressing social norms or venturing into forbidden spaces, reminding us of the potential dangers lurking just beyond the familiar. The digital age has birthed a new breed of urban legends, reflecting the anxieties of our tech-laden lives. Slender Man, a tall, faceless figure preying on children, embodies the fear of the unknown lurking within the anonymity of the internet. Tall and emaciated, with elongated limbs and an unnatural aura, Slender Man has transcended the confines of online forums to become a chilling symbol of contemporary fears. From a viral creation to a catalyst for a real-world tragedy, his story compels us to examine the evolving nature of horror in the digital age and its impact on our collective consciousness. Unlike traditional folklore with roots in ancient myths, Slender Man emerged in the fertile ground of internet creativity. In 2009, artist Eric Knudsen, under the pseudonym Victor Surge, posted 2 photoshopped images on the Something Awful forum, depicting children in unsettling scenarios with a faceless figure lurking in the background. Accompanying text spun a narrative of Slender Man, preying on children and manipulating their memories. This initial spark ignited a wildfire of imagination, as users contributed stories, images, and videos, fleshing out the mythos and propelling Slender Man into the digital zeitgeist. Slender Man's appeal lies in his amorphous nature. Unlike monsters with definitive forms and backstories, his lack of features allows individual interpretation, fueling fear and fascination. He seamlessly blends the familiar, the faceless anonymity of the internet with the unsettling, the unknown lurking behind the screen. This blurring of lines extends to his presence in fan-made stories and games, where players actively engage with the mythos, blurring the boundaries between fiction and reality. Slender Man's reach extended beyond internet forums. Novels, video games, and even a film adaptation brought him to mainstream audiences. This broader exposure, while increasing his popularity, also sparked debates about the potential dangers of such open-ended horror. The anonymity and accessibility of the internet allowed the mythos to evolve organically, sometimes taking disturbing turns. The most chilling consequence of Slender Man's virality came in 2014, when 2 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin stabbed their classmate 19 times, claiming they were driven by the entity to appease him. This tragic event cast a dark shadow on the Slender Man phenomenon, raising concerns about the psychological impact of online horror and the potential for blurring fantasy and reality, particularly among vulnerable individuals. While the Waukesha tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers, it's crucial to analyze Slender Man beyond a mere monster. He embodies contemporary anxieties, the omnipresent fear of online predators, the erosion of privacy, and the unsettling power of manipulation in the digital landscape. He reflects our fascination with the unknown, the dark corners of the internet, and the potential for technology to distort reality. Slender Man's story is far from over. As technology and societal anxieties evolve, the mythos will likely adapt, reflecting new fears and anxieties. The recent rise of deepfakes and artificial intelligence adds another layer of complexity, potentially blurring the lines between fiction and reality further. Slender Man serves as a cautionary tale and a window into the complexities of modern horror. He compels us to engage in critical thinking, questioning the narratives we consume and their potential impact. It's not just about policing online content, but fostering media literacy and open discussions about the anxieties that fuel these digital stories. By understanding the allure of the Faceless One, we can learn to navigate the shadows of the online world with greater awareness and responsibility. In 2018, whispers of a sinister challenge sent shivers down spines across the globe. Momo, a disturbing image with bulging eyes and a gaping mouth, allegedly contacted children through WhatsApp, issuing harmful dares and inciting self-harm, even suicide. While ultimately deemed a hoax, the Momo phenomenon exposes how digital folklore can exploit the anxieties of vulnerable children, highlighting the complex interplay between misinformation, fear, and social media responsibility. This modern myth serves as a cautionary tale, warning us of the hidden threats lurking within the seemingly familiar world of technology. Momo's appearance was not a product of the internet. The sculpture, titled Mother Bird, was created by a Japanese artist. The haunting depiction of a disturbing image with bulging eyes and a gaping mouth was misinterpreted and repurposed, becoming the face of a dangerous online myth. This highlights the often tenuous relationship between artistic expression and online virality, where context can be easily lost in the echo chamber of social media. The Momo challenge narrative quickly gained traction, fueled by a potent cocktail of factors. Exaggerated news reports, often lacking concrete evidence, amplified the danger. Pre-existing anxieties about online predators and child safety created fertile ground for fear to spread. Social media algorithms designed to prioritize engagement further propelled the myth, blurring the lines between truth and fiction. While dismissing the Momo challenge as a hoax is necessary, understanding its appeal requires delving deeper. The image itself, grotesque and unsettling, taps into primal fears of the unknown and the uncanny. The element of online contact with a seemingly malevolent entity mirrored concerns about cyberbullying and online manipulation, especially relevant for vulnerable children. The challenge aspect, with its escalating dares, resonated with the darker parts of human curiosity and the desire to test boundaries. Despite the lack of confirmed cases of direct harm stemming from the Momo challenge, its impact deserves acknowledgement. The widespread panic caused unnecessary stress and anxiety, particularly among parents and educators. It highlighted the vulnerability of children in the digital world and the need for open communication and critical thinking skills. The Momo challenge serves as a cautionary tale for the era of instant information and viral narratives. It underscores the importance of media literacy, encouraging individuals to critically evaluate online content and source information responsibly. Open communication between parents and children about online safety and responsible digital citizenship is crucial. Moreover, social media platforms bear responsibility for combating misinformation and promoting responsible user behavior. Dismissing the Momo challenge solely as a hoax undermines the human propensity for storytelling and fascination with the dark side. Exploring the anxieties embedded in these narratives allows us to confront our fears in a controlled environment, fostering resilience and understanding. However, understanding this desire doesn't excuse the spread of misinformation or exploitation of genuine concerns. The Momo challenge may be fading, but the landscape of digital folklore is constantly evolving. New narratives will emerge, exploiting anxieties and adapting to the changing digital landscape. By analyzing past phenomena and fostering responsible online behavior, we can navigate the shadows of the internet with greater awareness and critical thinking, ensuring that these stories remain just stories without causing real-world harm. While often dismissed as mere ghost stories, Urban legends offer valuable insights into societal concerns and anxieties. From the sun-drenched fields of Mexico to the bustling streets of Los Angeles, whispers of La Llorona, the weeping woman, echo through generations. Her mournful cries, searching for her drowned children, resonate with profound cultural anxieties and historical wounds. This enduring urban legend, with its chilling melody and complex backstory, offers a glimpse into the collective soul of Latin America and beyond. Pinpointing the exact origin of La Llorona proves as elusive as the weeping woman herself. Pre-Columbian myths whisper of water spirits luring men to their deaths, while Aztec legends speak of women who died in childbirth, condemned to wander eternally searching for their lost children. With the arrival of the Spanish conquistadors, these indigenous narratives merged with European tales of wailing spirits, giving birth to the modern La Llorona. Despite its core elements, La Llorona adapts like a chameleon. In some narratives, she drowns her children in a fit of rage or despair, forever doomed to search for them. Others depict her as a vengeful spirit, luring unsuspecting children to their demise. Across Latin America, regional variations emerge, often reflecting local history and anxieties. In Guatemala, she seduces men before revealing her monstrous form. In Chile, she lures sailors to their deaths. These diverse interpretations illuminate the legend's ability to reflect specific cultural anxieties while maintaining its core emotional resonance. La Llorona transcends mere ghost stories. She embodies themes of maternal loss, guilt, and societal expectations. Her story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of anger, despair, and neglecting motherhood. Her relentless search for her children mirrors the universal struggle to mend broken bonds and confront past transgressions. In some interpretations, she symbolizes the suffering of indigenous women during colonization, reflecting historical trauma and unresolved grief. La Llorona continues to evolve in the 21st century. Film adaptations, novels, and even video games reimagine her narrative, showcasing her resilience and adaptability. Social media platforms provide new avenues for sharing and creating new variations, ensuring her story remains relevant for contemporary audiences. Urban legends like La Llorona offer valuable insights into cultural values and anxieties. They function as collective narratives, reflecting societal concerns about motherhood, violence, and historical trauma. By analyzing these stories, we gain a deeper understanding of the zeitgeist and the unspoken fears that shape communities. La Llorona, with her enduring presence across generations and cultures, serves as a reminder of the power of storytelling to explore our deepest fears and anxieties. She compels us to contemplate the complexities of motherhood, the weight of historical trauma, and the enduring power of grief. As cultural landscapes evolve, La Llorona will likely adapt, retaining her chilling essence while reflecting the new anxieties of our times. Lurking amidst the twisted pines and desolate marshes of southern New Jersey, a shadowy figure stirs fear in the hearts of locals and ignites curiosity across the globe. Known as the Jersey Devil, this monstrous hybrid of various creatures has haunted folklore for centuries, defying explanation and captivating imaginations. Delving into its legend reveals not just a chilling tale, but a window into the region's history, environmental anxieties, and the enduring power of storytelling. The Jersey Devil's origins begin in Pine Barrens lore, with varying accounts of its monstrous birth. The most popular narrative revolves around Mother Leeds, a woman said to have cursed her 13th child, birthing a creature with bat wings, hooves, and a terrifying shriek. While historical evidence debunks the specific details, the core elements resonate with anxieties about childbirth, deformity, and societal norms. The legend gained traction in the 19th century, fueled by newspaper sensationalism and eyewitness accounts, often embellishing details and contributing to the creature's monstrous image. Even today, sightings continue, reported across New Jersey and sporadically beyond, further perpetuating the mystery. Descriptions of the Jersey Devil paint a nightmarish picture. It's variously depicted as having a goat's head, horse's legs, bat wings, and various combinations of horns, claws, and glowing eyes. This inconsistency reflects the legend's evolution and adaptability. It mirrors mythical chimeras across cultures, combining familiar animal features to create a fearsome unknown. This ambiguity allows individuals to project their anxieties onto the creature, amplifying its impact. The Jersey Devil's enduring appeal lies not just in its terrifying form, but in its symbolic richness. It embodies environmental anxieties, the fear of the untamed wilderness, the unknown lurking within the vast pine barrens. Its emergence in the 19th century coincided with anxieties about industrialization and environmental degradation, suggesting a subconscious reaction to human encroachment on natural spaces. Additionally, it functions as a cautionary tale, warning against transgression and reminding us of the potential consequences of human actions on the natural world. The Jersey Devil continues to evolve in the 21st century. Cryptid enthusiasts actively search for evidence, documenting supposed footprints and sightings online. Films, documentaries, and even video games reimagine the creature, ensuring its relevance for younger generations. This digital presence, while maintaining the chilling element, also allows for more nuanced portrayals, exploring themes of environmentalism and conservation beyond mere scares. Urban legends like the Jersey Devil offer valuable insights into cultural anxieties and values. They function as collective narratives, reflecting societal concerns about the environment, human impact on nature, and the unknown. By analyzing these stories, we gain a deeper understanding of the zeitgeist and the unspoken fears that shape communities. The Jersey Devil, with its enduring presence across centuries and interpretations, serves as a reminder of the power of storytelling to explore our deepest anxieties and connect us to our natural world. It reflects the evolving relationship between humans and the environment, urging us to respect its complexity and tread lightly within its mysteries. As our understanding of the Pine Barrens ecosystem grows, the Jersey Devil may evolve once more, perhaps becoming a symbol of conservation and respect rather than just a source of fear. The enduring appeal of urban legends lies in their ability to tap into our collective imagination and evoke a range of emotions. They provide a safe space to explore our fears, anxieties, and taboos in a fictionalized setting. Sharing these stories strengthens social bonds, fostering a sense of shared experience and community. The act of retelling and embellishing the legends allows for individual interpretation and creative expression, further solidifying their place in our cultural fabric. However, it's crucial to remember that urban legends are just that, legends. In today's age of misinformation and social media virality, it's critical to approach these narratives with a healthy dose of skepticism. Fact-checking, researching origins, and understanding the context are essential tools for separating truth from fiction. This critical thinking not only prevents the spread of misinformation, but also empowers us to appreciate the stories for their cultural significance rather than their potential to mislead. Urban legends, though often shrouded in the shadows, offer valuable insights into human nature and the anxieties that shape our collective consciousness. By delving into their origins, analyzing their themes, and recognizing their limitations, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. They serve as a reminder that storytelling is a powerful tool for exploring our fears, hopes, and desires, reminding us that even in the realm of fiction, we find reflections of ourselves and the realities we navigate. So, the next time you hear a whispered tale of a vengeful spirit or a lurking monster, remember, it's not just a ghost story. It's a window into the human experience. Please comment your favorite urban legend below. Also, don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. These things help our little channel grow. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.